In terms of hot Vauxhall saloons, there's only really been 3 that have caught my eye. Way back in the 90s with the first one, which was the Lotus-tuned Carlton, then in the late 2000s with the VXR8. And then this came along, it is the Insignia VXR. Quite simply, one of my favourite Vauxhalls of all time. But I'm going to ask a question, how good is it? Starting off with the manufacturer colours, and we have it in this glorious white, which I think suits it very, very nicely. It kind of reminds me of the Stig's helmet for some reason. I don't know why, it's just the curves and everything, especially on the front bumper. It does remind me of that. And then we move on to the red, which personally I don't really think suits this. I'm not too sure, it's a bit yobbish for me, it's a bit out there I have to say. And then we have a sort of dark grey slash silver, which is kind of business-like, but also you can kind of use it as like a sleeper colour, I would say. And then we have a even more lighter version. In terms of the price of the Insignia VXR in Forza Horizon 4, it is 42,000 credits, which I have to say is actually pretty damn decent for the performance that it actually gives out. And obviously, if you have the car pass, you get it for free. So now on to the tour around the car, and obviously the front end has that instantly recognisable Vauxhall badge and that sort of Vauxhall curvy front end. I'm not personally the biggest fan of Vauxhall styling, but for this car I do make an exception because all round it is just a very, very smooth, clean looking car. Around the side we obviously have the very big rims, which I do like the sort of two-tone to them. I like the line that goes down the side of the door as well, looking very, very good indeed. Now the VXR, it just looks so good from the back. I really, really like this, especially when you squat it down that we're going to be doing in the build. A couple of you guys have showed me your pics on Facebook and Twitter. They look absolutely gorgeous. I love the way the exhausts are kind of like integrated into the bumper. Just an overall good looking car. Now we get to an area in which Vauxhall kind of cheapen out on most of the time, and that is the interior. Because if you've ever sat in a Corsa, if you ever sat in like an Astra or something like that of this year, which is I believe 2010, is not the best in terms of quality or like materials, but I have to say, since this is the VXR model, it does look relatively good. I think the best thing in here is the steering wheel. As you can see, we've got VXR on the bottom, we've got some nice shiny material around the side of that as well. Pedals look great as well, we've got some kind of cool like lining and everything on the door, but it is still very business-like. It's that sort of like holiday rep sort of car. I think that's probably the best way to put Vauxhalls, the kind of like holiday rep cars. Yeah, that's just the way I think of it, but yeah, I like the gear stick on this thing. That looks really, really cool. The sort of like red dots for when the gears are selected and everything. VXR on that too. It's passable, let's just say that. But the one thing I want to hear now is the turbocharged 2.8 litre V6 revving. Right, so it's been a little while since we've had a nighttime video, so I think that goes perfectly with the VXR because we've all seen the boy racers driving around in the Corsa VXRs at nighttime blasting down the motorways, haven't we? So this is more of a grown-up VXR, I have to say. It's more for the sort of mature-minded but still yobbo-ish at mind sort of person. But anyway, it is time for the top speed run, and I believe this thing is going to get some quite good traction because it's actually four-wheel drive, this thing, which is pretty cool. So most of the VXRs have been front-wheel drive, and that was kind of like the Achilles heel of the Vectra VXR because we know how bad that was. So anyway, let's get going in it right now. I actually don't think it sounds too bad, man. Nice sounding V6. Obviously it's Forza, so they have got some freaking noises right and they've got some noises wrong, but yeah. Don't sound too bad through the tunnel though, I have to say. sounds pretty decent actually. So up into 5th gear, 140 miles an hour. Try to keep it as smooth as I can. Got a little bit of a downhill section right now, so that should help us out with the speed. Managed to hit the top speed of the Stelvio going down here a couple weeks back. So 169 miles an hour. Can we do it? Can we do it? 173. Come on, Insignia. You can do it. Yes, there we go. 100. Whoa, we're getting over it. Come on, give us 180. Give us 180, please. 180, please. Come on. You can do it, man. Just one little bit. Oh, no. Oh, son of a bitch. We're getting so close there and all. 179 miles an hour. That is 1 mile an hour slower than old Carlton. But bear in mind, this weighs a lot more than that car. And it can still get up to it. That is mental, man. So then, for the handling slash drifting test, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We are going to be sticking around Edinburgh because Insignias are all over the place in Edinburgh and Glasgow here in Scotland. It's a very, very popular car along with the Vauxhall brand, especially in the UK because obviously it is a UK-based looking car manufacturer. So yeah, I'm going to do it justice, stick to the big city and see how she fares because Edinburgh's got some bloody good sections for actually like dipping in and out of streets and everything. I especially love this one right here, man. It is a wee bit uphill, so it does require you to be in a bit of a lower gear, but since this thing does have all-wheel drive, it is freaking got some grip, man. Going down Coburn Street right here, just slamming it. I can't even say that word. Salamming it all the way. I don't even think I said it right that time, but you get what I'm trying to say. Cutting across the freaking crossing right there, man. In terms of the acceleration, it's not too bad. I wish it was a wee bit more powerful. We will be shoving some more power into it, obviously, in the build. But it's one of these cars that I just like to cruise in, if you know what I mean. That's what I think they had in mind when they actually built this thing. I didn't think they really wanted it to be like an out-and-out handling mobile. I thought they just wanted something good for handling, but at the same time they know their customer base, they know it's going to be like business reps, they know it's going to be like freaking holiday reps, etc, if you know what I mean. It's going to own like blooming Vectras and Insignias. So yeah, I think that's what they were trying to do, like kind of stick to the market, so making it easy for going on like long trips and stuff. And I kind of like that about it. I really do like that about it. It's not like super freaking understeer or anything like that. It's not like tires freaking ripping, stuff like that, like the Astra VXR or blooming the Vectra VXR as mentioned before. It's actually a nice sedate car. So if any of you guys were like kind of like thinking, oh, it's Vauxhall or something like that coming back, then the blooming two cars that we got from the pack and everything, the VX220 and this, they're cracking wee cars, man. They're actually really underrated, I have to say. And this is coming from a not so big fan of Vauxhall right here. Round the roundabout, let's see if we can get a little bit of a kick going. Oh, okay, freaking second gear didn't want to make that move there. If I changed into first, it would just rip right off the freaking rev limiter. You know, I'm really enjoying this. This was a good idea to come down to Edinburgh, man. I mean, some of the roads up in the Highlands and shit are great, but they're a lot more open. But with this, you can kind of create your own little circuits and stuff. That's what I should do. I should kind of create my own little like Edinburgh circuit using the route creator. Let me know if you guys actually want to see that, because I'd gladly do that. So this thing is actually really, really good. I know the perfect place to take this right now. It's just outside of Edinburgh, and it is the circuit around Arthur's Seat. I just want to go here without the racing. I just want to drive around it, see how it actually fares. Took the Stelvio around here in my spare time. It was actually really, really good. But let's go on to the actual specs of this thing. As I mentioned, it's got a turbocharged 2.8 litre V6 pumping out 322 horsepower and 321 foot-pounds of torque, which is actually really, really good, man. That's like near Focus RS levels, if you know what I mean, in terms of horsepower. I believe that car's getting around about 350, but still, that is not too bad for this thing. I believe it was like 2010 this thing was made. It certainly feels that long ago, but yeah, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, and as we've seen, the top speed 176, but it can go faster in the game. It is 179 miles an hour managed. I'm sure it can go 180 if you can get a little bit more of a downhill bit I'm sure it will hit 180 miles an hour, but the weight of this thing is kind of weird. It feels quite light, if you know what I mean, but the numbers actually say otherwise. It is 3,880 pounds, or converted here over to kilograms, that is 1,759 kilograms. So she is a big girl, right? But she's like a freaking ballerina, man. She might be big, but she can definitely dance that dance, if you know what I mean. Oh, there we go. There we go. First gear actually didn't break off the rev limiter. That's a surprise. Oh, I want to try and figure out some more corners now for this thing. See if we can just yeet it round here. Oh, shit. Taking out the bins. Sorry. Third gear. Chase took a second. Oh, yes. Ken Block. I think I just found your next Gymkhana car, man. If you want to surprise people, go back in time a little bit. Get yourself a Vauxhall. My God, I'm sure the Ford guys won't mind. They probably will mind, since it's technically GM that freaking makes this car. But yeah, I am genuinely surprised with this thing in terms of the handling. I mean, it was one of my favourite hot saloons in Forza Motorsport 4, but god freaking damn, man, this is good. So it is now time for the special Scottish measurement of the car. Now, I am going to be giving this thing, I don't really know, it's a really tough decision. I really want to give it a belter in terms of handling, because it's actually really, really good. But I think I'm going to go the same as the Stelvio and give it a here we fucking go rating. I mean, it's not blooming perfect, but it's okay for like cruising, and it's okay for when you just want to have fun and everything. Alrighty then, so now it is time for the build section of the video, and I've been kind of dropping hints throughout this video on what type of build I'm going to be doing for this thing, and that is an ultimate sleeper build. I'm going to put quite a lot of power in this thing, and still at the same time, it kind of does this out of its own measure, make it kind of sleeperish, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm going to be changing the colour to a metallic blue, kind of like a dark blue and everything. It's still kind of out there in terms of the colour, but it kind of isn't at the same time, if you know what I mean. Since it is dark blue, it's kind of okay. But if you put it in like green and stuff, obviously you're gonna get freaking noticed. Kind of something that actually looks very fucking nice. Oh, that is gorgeous, man. I mean, it's a little bit lighter than the Alfa Romeo Stelvio that I done the other week, but that is bang on how I would have mine in real life. Kind of like a little bit of a darker colour around the side, and then like little sky blue sort of highlights. That is gorgeous. Then I think we'll add some window tint onto this thing, make it around about there. And in terms of the rim colour, we're going to come back to that in a little minute. So in terms of the engine swaps that we can get for this thing, we have got the 6.2 litre V8, and we have the 1.6 litre inline-4 turbo rally. I am very tempted to see what the V8 is going to be like in this car, so I think we're going to have a go with that today, because we've not swapped a V8 into a car for quite some time during these sorts of actual build slash reviews, if you know what I mean. So I am tempted to supercharge this thing, because the stock car's turbocharged. I want to see what this thing's like with a supercharger, man. That is going to be mad. So the launch is right up at 10, so I'm expecting some crazy things. So in terms of the aero stuff and everything, it is just all of the freaking Forza stuff, but this car does come with a party piece. I'll need to zoom out for this one, but ta-da! We can make it a freaking police car as well, man. That is awesome. I like that. It could be the freaking sleeper cruise police. That is mental. I do kind of like the look of it, but at the same time, we're making a nice clean build. But I like the fact that that's there. So now on to the tyres. We are going to be slapping some race ones on right here for the maximum grip, and putting the maximum width of it as well. 285s in the front, pretty fat. what is it going to be like in the rear. I think it's going to be the exact same. That is pretty decently sized for this thing. Now the rims, I do like the style of the rims that are on this right now, but I'm going to take a flick down and see which ones actually fit this thing. So here in Scotland at like car shows and everything, for example the Scottish Car Show, I've seen a lot of Corsas and like Astras and everything with big deep dish wheels, and since it is a Vauxhall, the Insignia, I kind of want to follow that tradition that I've seen here, so I might go for these 1552 forged 3PC Tarmac 348s and breathe. I think it actually suits the car quite well, and it also kind of sticks to the sleeper style, if you know what I mean, because if I go for that, that kind of looks a bit chavvy, I must say, but that kind of has a little bit of class to it. So in terms of the size, it is sitting on 20s right now, but we can put it up to 21s, which I actually don't think looks too bad on this thing, man. I think it looks pretty damn decent, because there's a hell of a lot of tyre left when you leave it on 20s, so we're going to be putting it up to 21s, and since it is the same width right now, we're going to be doing the exact same in the rear. That looks absolutely glorious, and we do have spacers for this car, which is very, very cool. Now, the problem is, the tyres kind of already lined up, maybe bring it out a little bit, but when we slam the thing, we're freaking going to be putting some camber on it anyway. Well, it automatically puts some camber on it, so I think we'll bring it out like this right now. Obviously, it's not going to stay like that. When we lower it, it's going to like bring it in a wee bit, but that looks pretty damn cool. So onto the drivetrain section, we're going to be fitting it with a race clutch and race everything, because we do that all the time on these ones right here. And there we go. So jumping over to the platform and handling. Now the brakes. Adding a little bit of red to it right there. I love the look of that. I mean, I wish we had like proper like manufacturer style brakes and everything. I know this thing does have Brembos in this game, but it would be kind of cool to like maybe choose from like Willwood or something like that and everything. That would be really nice. So moving on to the main event right now. This suspension. I'm going to bring the camera down for this a little bit. Let's see what it looks like. That's sport, and that is race right there. That don't look too bad. That really don't look too bad. And then the wheels are kind of just sticking out a little bit, but that does look very, very nice indeed. But I'm kind of, oh god, no. Jesus. And then we have the drift ones, which kind of tucks it in a lot more. That don't look too bad either, but for the purpose of what I'm doing, I am going to be putting it on race springs. So I put the front and anti-roll bars on race as well. And in terms of the roll cage, I'm going to be leaving that out. Obviously, as I said, it's still a sleeper car, so I kind of want to leave it in the more street style, if you know what I mean. So a little bit of weight reduction, I think, is going to do this thing very nicely. I keep forgetting the button to freaking toggle this. But that takes us down from 3,800 to 3,095 pounds. That is a lot, nearly a ton. And now on to the power. Oh yes, I think what we might do for this, since it is a kind of plain looking car, we're going to go full mental mode with this. Yeah, I want to have some fun today. In my Vauxhall, it's all-wheel drive, it should be able to cope with it, man. I mean, would you guys do this if you actually had the money in real life? I might, if I ever did have the money, that'd be really, really cool. Can we go over 1,000 in this thing? Oh my god, okay, right, we've got a freaking 1,014 horsepower blooming Vauxhall Insignia. God damn, god freaking damn, man. So 98,000 credits this is going to cost me, but I think this is going to be money well spent. So let's head on into the tuning, because I'm not going to be fucking around putting stickers on this thing. I like it the way it is. So the only thing that I'm really going to do with this is put the toe up to 0.8. This is kind of like my magic number for most of the cars in the game. I mean, the most effective one that I've had on it is the Jaguar CX-75. I mean, just putting 0.8 toe just completely changed the car for me. It's mental. And then in terms of the springs, we are going to be putting it to the lowest potential right now. And since it is an all-wheel drive car, we're going to be sending maybe 70% to the rear, because I might want to get a little bit sideways. It's meant to be kind of like a cruise car, but I kind of want to hoon this thing as well, man. Alrighty then, so here we are just heading out of the festival area, and let us see how this big V8 sounds in this. That is so out of character for this. It suits it though, I have to say, it really does suit this. And the toe setting that I just done, you can see immediately, even over video, that it turns in a lot more sharper as well. That's obviously down to the tyres and everything too, but... Oh! That is fucking insane! Yeah, I think I might prefer this over my Ford Focus RS V8 swap. Just because it looks so plain, man. Oh man, this is, I dare I say it, this might be one of my favourite builds I've done in Horizon 4. And it's a Vauxhall Insignia. It just shows you like the strangest and sometimes most common cars kind of like are one of the most things you have fun with, because I actually built up a Fiat 500 Barth the other night and it's one of my favourite front wheel drive handling cars in this game. I like the look of this road. Oh yes. I'm trying to go some different places on the map today, guys, that I've not shown you yet or haven't been on for a while. Holy this thing, man, even in 5th gear. I know it's got 1014 horsepower, but at the same time it's still fucking surprising me. Oh, I know where we are now. We're near the freaking dirt track, aren't we? I love this little bit of road. Oh, getting a wee bit sideways there. You can feel the freaking back end wanting to kick out. I think 70-30 in terms of power distribution is actually really good, because it's kind of like the same that the Audi R8 has. That's kind of like my all-wheel drive measurement. Is it going to be as fun as an Audi R8 in terms of getting it kicked out? So I always go 70, maybe even 75 in time, but if you really want to push it and get sideways, a little bit like that, then go for 80%, definitely, because the front end will still have a little bit to like cling you on and everything like that. And that's quite a good question, guys. Do any of you know anyone that actually owns an Insignia? It doesn't need to be the VXR, but I think it's actually a nice car in stock form as well. I mean, shout out to my man, Pure Toronto Gamer. I know you own one of these things, or you used to own one of them. But yeah, it's a cool car, man. Cool car that you've got on your hands. And if you do it up like this, then you've got a hell of a fast car. Oh, hello there. Oh, I like the look of this little road that's coming up. Yeah, I must have driven it before, but I really don't remember it actually. Oh, wait, I think I do remember this. This is the one leading up to a little forest route. Oh, we need to go on there in this thing, man. This thing is amazing around these corners, man. And I've just realised how many times I said man in that sentence. It's like my go-to word, seriously. Brake. They need a little bit of work, I have to say, even though they are race brakes. Look at this. I love coming drifting here, man. It's like a little... I know it's Britain and everything, but it does remind me of Japan that little bit. Oh, this is such a good road for this thing. Over the train tracks. Yeah. I am genuinely flabbergasted about this car, and I don't say that word often. I'm genuinely flabbergasted, but it's a cracking thing, man, especially when you do it up like this. So I highly recommend you doing it up as a cruise car. That looks so nice parked up like that, man. You get the bridge in the back, you get the trees, and then rims in the colour. Wowie. But anyway, moving on to the final conclusion and bringing back the Scottish measurement board. This has won me over in terms of like the built version. This is a full A-belter. Yep, it is a full belter. That's 2 cars in a row when they've been built up. It is a full belter. I mean, I'm going to need to get a little bit more critical with my cars and everything, but they've just been bringing out some amazing cars for this game. And if you'd like to suggest any other ones that you want to see future review / builds on, then leave them in the comment section below. But as I said, a full belter for this thing. If you have not done this thing up, guys, you are freaking playing yourself, essentially. You need to do this thing up, especially the V8. It is an absolute banger, or a belter in this case. Before we go, I want to give a massive thank you to these people on screen right now. These people support me on Patreon, and if you'd like to see the channel grow and just genuinely help me out and get me one step further to doing this full time, then you can donate literally any amount of money to my Patreon link in the description below. And unlike some other people, the donations you guys give will be going towards the channel, meaning better equipment, better video editing software, etc, etc. It would be greatly appreciated. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, then a wee like is always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and also if you want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, then my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram links are in the description below. But for now, guys, take care and have yourself a fabulous day.